is unfortunately a matter of mischief. I'm putting the country on notice, as I've been doing in my conversations with you, the media, over the last few days. We are in a season, an election season, where unfortunately some persons who would like to have responsibility seem to want to mislead the country. And I'm speaking specifically here about the opposition and agents of the opposition. In the past couple of days, it's come to my attention that they are trying to start a conversation and to make the population uneasy and really interfere with our psyche, that by some stretch of the imagination, the government and the EBC are registering Venezuelans to participate in the election. That is completely false. I stand here today saying, please ignore this completely misleading, intentionally misleading, and fake and false conversation that is being spurned from certain quarters that want to interfere with your peace and your psyche going into the election. And I went back and I pulled the cabinet minute. It was a decision taken on the 17th of April 2019. And I can attest to this because I was the Minister of National Security at the time that took the plan to cabinet for the Venezuelan migrant registration program. And I was very, very clear at that point in time as to what the effects of it would be when we registered the Venezuelans. You all may recall that period of time in 2019 and what rights they would have, and in particular to tell the population at the time. The cabinet was very clear on a recommendation, and they accepted the recommendation that the migrant registration program and the period permitted to any Venezuelan to be here under this policy will not form part of any calculation of the time required to apply for residency. That was put forward frontally to the cabinet, accepted as the policy. What that means in layman terms is that we did this as a humanitarian gesture. The Venezuelans, the 16-odd thousand Venezuelans who registered in that period of time, do not get any rights in law that can be equated towards them getting residency, which then affects your right or your ability to vote in Trinidad and Tobago. So nothing in this program, and you've recently seen a notice come out from the Ministry of National Security in the past few days of a decision that we took a few weeks ago. We have been continuing and extending this registration program since it was first done, by 6-month intervals, by 12-month intervals, because we continue to assist in that humanitarian way. None of these Venezuelan citizens who are registered under the migrant registration program are going to have any legal rights towards residency or the ability to vote in the upcoming elections. So please ignore that intentional misinformation by those opposed to good governance in Trinidad and Tobago.